A man stands in the shadows of a modern boardroom, watching as rivals posture and plead for influence. He says nothing. He does not flatter. He does not rush. And yet, with a single calculated move, he dismantles them all. This is not a scene from a corporate thriller. This is power as Niccolò Machiavelli understood it. Not brute force, not loud declarations, but the quiet, surgical precision of a mind that knows how the game is played and how to win it. Now ask yourself, what would Machiavelli do in your world? Would he chase validation, or would he make others chase him? Would he beg for opportunity, or would he create it? Would he fear his enemies, or would he make them fear the moment he stops smiling? The rules of power have not changed, only the players have. Machiavelli knew the greatest power is the power not to be seen until it's too late. Think of history's most feared rulers, not the tyrants who roared, but the ones who watched, who let others underestimate them until the trap was already sprung. In your life, how many people truly see you? Not your mask, not your role, but the calculating intelligence behind it? Most never will. And that is your advantage, because the moment someone believes they've figured you out, they stop preparing for you. They grow careless. They reveal their weaknesses. So let them talk. Let them assume. Let them think you're harmless or predictable or too kind to strike back. And then disappear. Not physically, but strategically. Become untraceable in your motives. Unreadable in your silence. Let them wonder where you've gone and what you're planning. By the time they realize you were never gone at all, it will already be over. Every battle is won before it's ever fought, in the minds of those watching. Machiavelli didn't conquer Florence, he conquered the story of Florence. And in our age of social media, 24-hour news cycles, and digital reputations, this rule matters more than ever. Think of the most powerful people today. They aren't necessarily the smartest or most competent. They're the ones who best control how they're perceived. The CEO who turns a scandal into a learning experience. The politician who reframes weakness as patience. The influencer who spins cancellation into martyrdom. You're already in a war of narratives right now. At work, are you the eager team player or the strategic mind playing the long game? In relationships, are you the emotional caretaker or the one setting unspoken boundaries? Online, are you chasing approval or carefully crafting your legend? Machiavelli would see through it all with cold clarity. The truth doesn't matter, only the believable story does. Here's how to apply this today. Never explain, reframe. When challenged, don't defend. Pivot. Turn accusations into discussions of misunderstandings. Convert attacks into evidence of your importance. I must be threatening you to warrant this response. Master strategic vulnerability. Share flaws that aren't flaws. Admit to being too passionate or too loyal. These aren't weaknesses. They're virtues in disguise. Let others be the villain in your story, never attack directly. Instead, create situations where opponents reveal their worst selves while you remain composed. Recorded calls, email trails, public forums. Let them hang themselves. The modern Machiavelli doesn't shout their greatness. They arrange the world so others whisper it for them. The dagger in the dark is obvious. The dagger offered as a gift? That's deadly. Machiavelli's greatest insight was that true power wears many masks. Helpfulness that creates obligation. Friendship that gathers secrets. Generosity that disguises control. In your life right now, that coworker who just wants to help with your project. They're auditing your weaknesses. That friend who just vents about others. They're training you to expect their betrayals. That partner who just worries about you. They're conditioning your behavior. The modern applications are endless. The LinkedIn post that's just sharing knowledge, but actually positions you as the expert. The apology that's taking responsibility, but really reframes the conflict. The favor that seems selfless, but plants the seeds of future leverage. Your assignment today: identify 3 harmless things you regularly do that could be subtle power plays if done intentionally. Notice 3 kind actions others have done for you that might carry hidden hooks. Practice giving one gift this week that serves your long-term interests while appearing generous. Remember, in the court of public opinion, the weapon that's seen is the weapon that's feared. The weapon that's loved, that's the one that rules. Machiavelli's most misunderstood lesson isn't be feared, it's be calculated. Every interaction is an exchange of emotional currency. Too much fear breeds rebellion, too little invites disrespect, the right amount at the right time. That's control. Modern fear isn't about violence, it's about consequences. The employee who knows you'll quietly blacklist them if they betray you. The rival who suspects, but can't prove, you engineered their downfall. The partner who wonders what you'd do if they left and decides not to find out. Case study. A tech founder who never fires anyone loudly. Instead, problematic employees mysteriously get transferred to meaningless projects, find their errors suddenly made visible to all, receive glowing references to join failing competitors. Your playbook: create uncertainty. Occasionally and randomly, reward or punish similar behaviors to keep people guessing. Never show all your cards. Let people imagine what you might do. Their imagination will scare them more than any threat. Make examples strategically. One public demonstration of consequences prevents 100 future challenges. The psychological genius: you're not the tyrant, you're just the one who understands how the world really works. And that's true power. Machiavelli's most brutal truth. Loyalty is an illusion. Advantage is eternal. The moment your usefulness ends, so does your protection. In today's world, this translates to job security, dead. Replace it with irreplaceability relationships, fleeting. Replace them with mutual necessity, trust, naive. Replace it with calculated reliability. The modern adaptation, playbook: become a virus. Infect every system you touch by making yourself indispensable in unexpected ways. The assistant who learns the CEO's personal tech setup. The employee who understands the legacy code no one else touches. The friend who becomes the social connector in every group. Master the pivot. When sensing shifting winds, be the first to change. The corporate climber who transitions to consulting before layoffs hit. The influencer who abandons dying platforms for emerging ones. The partner who redefines the relationship terms before the other can build silent exit ramps. Always have prepared a rival company that would gladly hire you, a social circle that doesn't know your primary one, a version of events where you're the victim if things collapse. The psychological edge: people fear change. You'll weaponize it. While others cling to sinking ships, you'll already be on the next vessel, extending a hand to pull aboard those worth keeping. Machiavelli's insight: a leader is never more powerful than when solving a crisis they secretly allowed to exist. Modern applications: the manager who lets small failures happen to justify their reorganization. The partner who allows distance to grow so they can save the relationship. The entrepreneur who leaks a minor scandal to distract from a larger one. Execution framework: identify the burnable. What minor aspect of your life, work can you afford to let temporarily fail? Example: let a non-critical project miss a deadline to demonstrate team dysfunction. Control the narrative, position yourself as reluctantly stepping in to solve what others couldn't handle. Use phrases like, "I tried to avoid this." "Normally I wouldn't intervene, but Extract the value demand your reward during the crisis, not after. Promotions when the company is scrambling, relationship concessions during emotional reconciliations, social capital when the group feels unstable. The genius move. The best solutions are always just painful enough to be believed, but leave you holding all the real power. Machiavelli's most elegant manipulation. The puppet master who convinces the puppet it's dancing freely. Modern mind control. Tactics, the strategic seed plant. Ideas casually weeks before they're needed. Interesting how Company X handles this. I wonder what would happen if someone tried Y... The false resistance. Mildly oppose your own idea when first proposed by others. I'm not sure that would work here, making them fight to convince you. The victory transfer. When it succeeds, this was all their name's brilliance. When it fails, we all agreed this was worth trying. Psychological payoff. You create loyal followers who think you empower them, a reputation for humility while actually controlling everything, complete deniability for any failure. Exercise. This week, get someone to suggest something you wanted while believing it was their idea. Notice how much harder they'll work to make it succeed.